Good morning to all of those tuning in. This is the Rebel Lemon, and today we're playing Tangled Tower. So, this might not be a game that is immediately recognizable, but it is a continuation of a series that I've been playing. So, I want to keep it as a surprise until we get into it, but before we begin, I wanted to actually show off the art gallery first. I know it's a weird thing because I usually save this till the last episode, but we actually unlock it as we go through the game. So I figured it'd be interesting if at the end of every session we go back and go through what we unlocked and review. So, with that being said, we're gonna get right into it. The beginning. Tangled Tower. Mid-afternoon. Lake's Edge.
It's a bird. Just rainwater?
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune.
Please don't do that.
Right. So, as you can probably guess already, this is one of my favorite game series.
You ready, Sally?
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Case file. Murder victim, Freya Fellow, 19. Died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58. Location, Flora's Tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found laying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya unfinished painting is holding a knife. The color red on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. Oh, we have actually quite a bit of stuff. Tangled Tower. Small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangled Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer, pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangled Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. And this is our case file? Okay. Freya. We don't actually know much other than what was in the case file. Alright, with that being said, let's check out the map. Oh, we can move like that. Oh, this is so different.
So, who do you think did it?
Sally, you know full well we haven't met a single suspect yet. We haven't even been to the crime scene.
Still, I reckon I've got it all worked out. It's a garden. I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
Okay, so we move via the map, which is definitely different from how the last case worked. And I'm not actually... Oh, wait, Sally looked at the last case, did she not? Hold on, let me look up. I need to remember this before I say something stupid, and I regret it. Oh, okay, yeah, I looked it up. I was correct. She was in Secret of the Swamp as the cashier or shop overlooker, whatever you want to call him, at one of the stalls. So yeah, I was actually correct about that.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
It's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Fascinating. Damaged tape. The cassette tape has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. Fascinating. Okay.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster.
Playing a harp.
Playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Let's look closer.
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
Interesting though.
Let's come back later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Harp statue. An old weather statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. The symbols are engraved in each of the harp's full column segments.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
Obviously it is.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Huh, those exist? Oh, it keeps it in here. You know, I actually like that. Let's move on for now. Main entrance. Tangled Tower.
Oh.
What?
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangled Tower.
Twar.
Twir.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh,
Tangled Tower.
Twir.
Twar.
I'm sorry, I just kind of like that.
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
Okay, though a fair point. Not something I want to think about. Oh, we have two main ways to go. I'm gonna check the outside first, and then we can check the inside.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not?
Oh, that's such a beautiful sound.
It's a little melody. Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there.
Okay, so tune and melody with the birds and the bell. That's interesting.
Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
And it's illegal.
No, definitely.
The envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have memorized it, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Fascinating.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of fair.
Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the West Tower, I think.
So it's on this side? Okay. The Grand Hall. Oh, the two different families.
A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion?
Fair point.
This one has a big P.
That's probably important.
How very perceptive of you.
These two are gonna kill me with their puns.
Now it's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Okay, to be fair, that's a little bizarre. Holy shit. Oh, we have locked rooms. Now that is fascinating. Flora's Tower.
Let's take a look at that painting first.
Okay,
first.
painting
There
first.
it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it.
Looks that way.
Freya was unable to finish the painting, as she died sometime during the process. Flora appeared to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. So, my initial go at it is she is not the suspect?
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Oh. Hold on. Covered in... Let's say the painting is completely covered in... tipped with blood. Yeah, let's go like this. We're gonna eat it because it's stabbed, but Freya stole it. Let's remove from the scene because Freya put it there.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because Freya put it there. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Oh, what if it's the paintbrush?
The paintbrush is holding a knife tipped with blood because Freya put it there. Nope.
Painting somehow involved with the attack on Freya? I'm curious.
Flora's portrait was used to kill Freya Fellow because it stabbed Freya. That's not right.
This knife on the painting possibly mean. Oh,
Flora's portrait is
wait.
completely covered in blood because it stabbed Freya. Almost.
Okay. There we go.
Flora's
That's the proper one.
portrait is completely covered in blood because Freya put it there. That's not right either.
Really? There's blood on the knife in the painting. Could that possibly mean...
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with red paint because Freya put it there. That's not right either.
This one's actually stumping me. Wait a sec. Oh, really? Oh, I like that. Okay, so I did initially have the two. Oh, but that's not it. Really?
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Grimoire, I love you, but you're an idiot. An unfinished painting. That's chapter 1? Really? Huh. That didn't take long, actually. So let's continue. Let's look around the room before we talk to her.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
Oh.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
A tape deck gramophone. That is fascinating. Plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. Interesting.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
The cassette tape was cracked down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label to Freya. So it was a gift.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Yeah, why not?
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
It's a recording of someone walking outdoors. A distorted humming melody can be heard. Yeah, I'm sorry. No. I do not care. That is the creepiest fucking cassette tape I think I've ever heard. It's actually a pretty melody.
It's piano music.
It's a recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping. Okay. Oh, you do have to rewind these suckers. Okay, so the reason I'm skipping through all of these is if there's anything that is hidden, I'm not missing it. Because something should sound off if it is hidden. But I'm not gonna lie, playing music backwards is also quite creepy.
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
It's called a gilded egg, but I will say the stand is a bit peculiar. But it's whatever.
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Rotate the egg to see the clue in the back. Okay, so that's zigzag. Okay, let's start with this zigzag. It should be here. And the yellow. Let's do this long, smooth one next. Long, smooth one. Okay, so the purple is at the shorter end. And if I remember correctly, blue? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this one. Green and red. And red is at the shorter end. Check, check, check. Let's do this weird looping one. Which should be this one. So the short end should be green, while the long end should be yellow. Oh, purple to purple. What else am I missing? We did that one, we did that one. We did that one, that one, that one.
Nope.
No?
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
What did I miss? Oh boy. Yeah, these are pink. Oh, I hope I have it right. Oh no. Oh. Oh, I think I have these backwards.
I guess that's wrong.
What's the deal with those lines between the gems? They must mean something.
Right? No, because the purple's on the short end. Right? The red is on the short end. Green's on the long. And the zigzag. Yellow's on the long. Pink goes to pink. Pink goes to pink. Green to yellow. I'm confused. Everything should be in the proper place. Maybe it's not?
Reset the puzzle?
No. Do I have something wrong? Huh.
Just gonna rest my brain.
I'll come back to it.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The palette has a variety of paints loaded into it. The largest is a blob of black in the middle, which kind of looks green to me. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Okay. A single stab wound, no weapon. Subject unfinished. Not paint, supposed to be blood. Weird.
Freya's painting supplies.
Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots all cracked down on one side. Fascinating.
Freya's painting supplies.
Yeah, same thing.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it.
Looks that way.
Okay, intriguing. I guess we can talk to her now?
Flora Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now. Flora.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sure you're still.
We need.
Did you witness?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's
For
entitled.
now.
Okay, yourself.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
She creeps the fuck out of me, I'm not gonna lie.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Let's move on for now. Again, I want to finish outside. Oh.
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. Fascinating. It's a pain. But it has to be done somehow, right? Okay.
Just gonna rest my brain.
I don't even know where they go, first of all. And I'm playing with it.
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
True.
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
Private Detective Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
You're a dick.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangled Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Okay, that softened them up a bit. But also, Grimoire is much cooler of a detective name than Hawkshaw. Hands down. I don't care.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangled Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Oh. Okay, the interesting thing is, obviously she's not here for the murder. But then the question is, what was she here for?
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled, that much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Interesting. What happened? Oh god, you creeped the fuck out of me.
This one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Potted fruit. A potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil of the pot is unusually blue color.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
That it?
Tools. Used by a gardener. For gardening.
Yeah, no shit, thanks. Oh, right, she's sarcastic.
A little chart of, Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
What?
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
Oh no. Don't tell me this is alchemy. That shit's a pain in the ass.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Sally,
Oh.
don't move. We're being watched.
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry.
Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like, condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
There wouldn't be many things that would cause that. Radiation can cause DNA changes, mostly through damage, but that would affect everything, and you would see radiation poisoning, likely. But there are other causes to DNA shifts, I guess. It's just bizarre. But I will say, he is kind of creepy. But God, whoever fucking plays his voice, holy shit, I love it.
I was in my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little. Not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And?
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
Did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Oh, statement.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Interesting.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
This could be interesting.
Let's go in a bit. The first thing I want to do is solve this. Yeah, the egg.
Is that an egg? An egg.
It's what a completely ordinary.
This has been bugging me. But I don't know exactly how to solve it. I think what I'll do is play around with it until I figure it out, and then come back when I do. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not entirely sure on what to do, because this should be the solution.
Nope.
Did you check? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put it.
I guess
What's
that's
the deal? Must mean something.
So, yeah. Give me a second, I'll be back, and I'll see if I can do it. If not, I'll move on and do something else. So, I'll see you in a minute. So I can't figure this out. Even though I'm almost 100% sure I have it correct. I wonder if I just have to come back later to it. The other thing is, I wanted to recheck this out.
Clock?
If it is, it's a...
What is my clue? This looks like 12, to be honest. Oh, 12, 9, 3. Oh. Nine. That needs to be here. That needs to be here. Is this correct?
I got it.
No fucking way. Oh, if you look closely at the things, in the correct positions, they give you the number. So 12, 6, 9, and 3. So you have to get them all in the correct
I'm
positions.
impressed. What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
A small lens. A small brass tool with a carved glass lens. It has a screw at the base. Interesting.
A pointless little stone tower.
I don't know. Might be a good hiding place.
Want to play hide and seek?
I could be persuaded.
It's a sea serpent. Turned into stone by a wizard.
Ah, if you say so. What happened to its head?
Beheaded. By the same wizard. There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Interesting.
You ever see a mushroom that big before?
Not in real life.
Hey, I mean, some of the first life on land were actually mushrooms. And we know of a species that grew to 3 meters tall. Kind of fascinating, if you ask me.
All the flowers here look kind of poisonous.
Can flowers be poisonous?
Anything can be poisonous.
Good to know.
Yeah, anything can be.
Is that fruit? It's shaped like fruit.
Too shiny to be fruit. I think it's glowing a little too.
Safe to eat, do you think?
I'm gonna say no. Hanging baskets. They're so high up.
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all the difference.
Not really, no. It doesn't.
Bit of a decadent flooring choice for a greenhouse.
Well, I'm actually curious. Can we interact with... Oh, that's the thing that we've seen from the other side.
It's a stone carving.
I think it's supposed to be an egg.
I'm still...
Should we take another look?
A bell. Interesting.
Let's come back later.
I didn't want to check it out anyways, as it is fascinating. But that's pretty much it. So, we do know she was looking out the window.
Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
Damn.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Odd observation. You know what? But now, let's head back here.
Finally, we get to investigate a murder in a spooky mansion.
It's not that spooky, really.
Don't ruin this.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Almost overlooked it. Oh my fucking word. Okay. So, fellow, Lord and Lady Fellow had a stone tower, a fellow, and at dusk had Freya Fellow, Flint Fellow, had another Everstone, Fritz Fellow, Felix had a kid with Flora Remington to get Fiona Fellow, Lord and Lady Remington. One has yet to have a kid. Primrose Remington had a child with Egbert? I have no fucking clue. Eric Vellum? to get Poppy. Lord and Lady Pointer. The other one's Pandora. Oh. Felix Fellow. Flint. Oh, I've been... Erico? Perico? I think? Perico? Civil? I have no fucking clue. Pandora Pointer. And Brackley had Penelope. Interesting family tree. Talk to Hawkshaw? Really? Okay. We'll finish it up here for now.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangled Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Interesting. There's a lot we could go over. Interesting. Still want to talk to Hackshaw? No, actually, it doesn't. But there is one thing I want to learn before we end it. Tell me about this.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony?
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
It is quite literally just eye candy. That's intriguing. For now, we will head back here and autosave is on. Nice. We head back here. Let's check out the art gallery. Oh, interesting. Grimoire is tricky to get right, as he needs to be a flexible mix of silly and heroic, light-hearted and dramatic. He has somewhat pretentious manner, projecting the persona of someone more experienced than he actually is. Importantly, he can be totally sincere when he wants to be. I really love Grimoire. He's one of my favorite characters. Sally appeared in the previous game with her hair down, back in the long plait. However, when redesigning her for this game, I quickly realized this made a really cluttered silhouette, so I changed it to bunches. A key aspect of Sally's face is her eyeshadow, accentuating her slightly unimpressed default facial expression. Yeah, Sally's pretty awesome so far. She creeps me out. I found the right shape for Flora really early on, and she was set the tone for how weird the character design could be. How far we could stretch them away from the typical human anatomy. Flora wears a simple black dress with absolutely no details at all. In fact, she exists entirely in monochrome, which hints at the bleak, mournful world in which she inhabits. Creepy and depressing. Great. The point of Hawkshaw initially is the provide contrast with Grimoire. Where Grimoire is friendly, open, and emotional, reactive, Hawkshaw is blunt, stern, and emotionally closed off. As a detective, Hawkshaw is a perfectionist, so her design is all sharp angles and clean lines. She never wastes any energy, even keeping her arms under her cloak unless she needs them. The specifics of Freya's character took a while to emerge, but from the earliest point I wanted her to be open-minded and a bit of a hippie. Freya existed in a slightly different space from the other inhabitants. She is very aware of the wider world outside the house. This makes her something of an outsider, even though she is very popular within Tangled Tower. Fitz was conceived as an insect character, butterflies in particular. Later on, he became the gardening character, which is similarly associated with someone quite quiet and delicate. I wanted Fitz to be super handsome and cool, but in an incidental way. It contrasts with Felix and Pointer in that he has a very subdued ego. And that's back. Alright. So I think that's good enough for now. I think that's a good cap. And maybe a little bit of a recap, to be honest, of our previous crime scene. Case? Whatever you want to call it. But no, this game, so pretty. They have, over the course of 3 games, really stepped things up. Going from a very flat 2D style to something more expressive and has some more depth to it, to this game, which I would say so far is a little bit in between. It has more depth than the first game, but it doesn't seem to have as much depth as the second, and has a little bit more 2D feel in the art style, but is just as expressive, which is kind of awesome. I will say the voice acting in this is top tier. There's way more commentary so far than in the last game, and even though the last game is set in a swamp, to be fair, it was a bit dull, whereas this game is actually quite vibrant and colorful, which I actually quite like. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. So, with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. So, thank you for tuning into Frequency. This is Rebel Lemon signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.